Shalom, shalom. We the sons of Yahshua came out here in Colorado Springs, Colorado, hitting the highways and hedges as commanded to do so. All right, by our power. First and foremost, especially in these times today, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakab, Quadash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, who people ignorantly call Jehovah, Yahuwah, Yahweh, so on and so forth. Yahushai, who people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, Yeshua, Yahshua, Yahushua, whatever Shua. All right, all nine.
Joshua.
Yeah, you know. All right, the Rakab Quadash is the holy tongue, which is the Ibaryath, all right, the ancient Paleo Hebrew, all right, that is the language of the heavens and the language of us, the Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the head elders of all the camps of Great Millstone, GMS, who do well. Salutations and blessings to the house of David, all right, scattered abroad, which consists of the governing body, which is 144,000 in the kingdom to come, which is 12,000 men of each tribe of Israel, Judah down to Issachar, and the remaining 1/3 of men, women, and children who not only believe on the gospel, but are doing it and rehearsing the righteous acts to the best of their ability. All right, shalom to you, speckled bird brothers. Okay, scattered among the heathen that may look like a heathen, because we don't judge according to appearance, we judge righteous judgment. Okay. And as you can see in the topic, we was talking about it earlier, just the Spirit said, you know, fuck it, let's talk about it. Covet to prophesy, man. Can you get that scripture for us, Baba Kusha? You see what I'm saying? Because, and if you want to get that, a tree, basically going to bear good fruit, you know what I'm saying? A tree's not going to, a good tree's not going to bear bad fruit, whatever, and anything else that brothers in the Spirit. Because, you know, again, everybody is not a prophet. However, the Most High has set up the prophets, you know, under the elders, the apostles first, you know, your bishops, your elders, all right? He set up, and which they all are prophets as well. But prophets, he set them up, all right, for a mission, okay, to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, all right? To be able, because this is what the prophets has done from the beginning, man. All right, I'll get that scripture while we looking up for these other scriptures.
I got you.
I think that was in prophets of old. Was it?
Did you want the Covet to Prophesy?
Con.
I got it in Corinthians.
Con. Salakia, real quick. Pestilence, prophet, prophesy. Con, this is Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. You see? So this great kingdom, Babylon the Great, that rideth upon the beast, which is NATO in the EU, okay, which is your modern day revived ancient Roman Empire, as you know, as we know today, the second leg, so to speak, the beast that died and came back to life, okay, because the Roman Empire is here, and the prophets is going to be showing that, or is going to be showing themselves, you know, giving out this word, this gospel, all right, telling the people through true doctrine and truth and in spirit what's about to happen to this place, because it's not them that are saying it, it's really the Lord that's using them as vessels. Okay? But go ahead, Ak.
Hey,
Wherever the Spirit, you know.
This is 1 Corinthians 14, and I'm going to read 37 to 39, Salakia. If any man think himself to be a prophet or spiritual, let him acknowledge that the things that I write unto you are the commandments of the Lord. Reading on, verse 38. But if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. Verse 39. Wherefore, brethren, covet to prophesy and forbid not to speak with tongues.
Yes, you see them. So the brothers.
So you can actually, there's a righteous way to covet, and you know that goes into Yahushua teaching you. You know, let your eye be singular. You see what I'm saying? You should be coveting after what? The kingdom. You see what I'm saying? And what did Yahushua come as? The spirit of what? Prophecy. You see what I'm saying? So you got to covet to prophesy, or otherwise you're not coveting what? Yahushua.
That's right. But
Salakia.
niggas covet over carnal, worldly shit like
Oh,
cars,
a Hellcat.
SRTs, fucking jewelry, and just nigga shit. But that's a sin, by the way.
SRTs and Hellcats.
Niggas will covet
Pouring out bottles of Casamigos,
other men's women, but won't covet to serve the Lord.
Well, yeah, they'll covet other men's women, but not the woman that was sent from Yahweh to you, which is wisdom, Sophia. You see what I'm saying? The Most High has a woman that's never gonna let you down. You see what I'm saying? For you, but you niggas
the baddest bitch in the world.
Yeah, you despise her instructions, and that's in Proverbs. I'm trying to remember in Proverbs chapter 1. You know what I mean? But come on, man.
Hey, just to land back off to Brother Tazapanya, hey, wisdom is really the baddest bitch the Most High could give you, because if you understand the scriptures, it say, if you cover after wisdom, the Most High gonna give you all the other things, man. So you're gonna have the bad bitches, you're gonna have, of course, in the kingdom, the wealth and whatever else, your heart may desire, man, in righteousness. So why not covet wisdom first, man? Sophia, the real bad bitch, man. Salakia.
Yeah, man. So, that's why Paul said at first, man, if any brother thinketh himself to be spiritual or a prophet, understand what I'm saying is the commandments of the Lord, man. You see what I'm saying? So and then he goes on to say, covet to prophesy. That shows you there's nothing new under the sun. Even back then, there was lukewarm niggas. You see what I'm saying? Niggas that's claiming, I believe on Yahweh Shai and all that, and they don't want to do the work. Paul hearing from whoever that travel over there, and they like, yo, you supposed to be spreading the gospel, man. What are you doing? Or do you want to remain slaves under Esau in the Roman Empire and shit? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it goes back to these niggas don't know the value of prophesying, if you will. Yahweh Shai told Peter what? If you love me, feed my sheep, man. So this is supposed to be like it says in the scriptures, a labor of love. You're supposed to love what Yahweh Shai told you to love.
So then it shows you that niggas don't really love Yahweh Shai. They think this shit is a burden, man. Damn, I gotta do another video. Damn, I gotta make it on time.
He said his yoke is light.
Right. Because when you really compare it to other shit that Esau gotta make you do, that's the real burden, man.
Right, that's real shit.
And then it because there isn't a ROI, a proper return on investment. The return on investment of us investing our body that's not even ours for Yahweh Shai, we get in the kingdom. The Esau, you get penny pinches on the dollar, taxed. You might get hurt on the job. You don't got time to go to the bank because you get off when business hours is closed. All type of dumb shit, man.
And just to land back for the brother Tazapanya, a Paul saying that this is a commandment. So some brothers that goes into what your elders tell you, because this is coming out of the mouth of Paul at this time, is a commandment, right? So the elders say, if a real man of the Lord is going to be out here teaching, and he's going to be putting up his videos throughout the week, to further sharpen his sword, if you will. You see what I'm saying? And now carnal niggas gonna be like, well, the Most High didn't say that in let's say Leviticus or whatever, or in the Torah, so I'm not gonna take it as law. I'm gonna take it as lightweight. Whereas Paul is telling you right now, take this as commandment, man. Hey, hear me out and do this, man. Take it as I'm your sergeant, I'm your leader, man. Because really, if you're not gonna do that, then you're not in order.
Not to mention,
you couldn't be in order because he told you it's commandment to do so.
Just because brothers separate from brothers because of disputes and whatnot. Let's say that does happen, for example. That doesn't mean you should put up your plows and stop trying to figure out how to hit the highways and byways. And doing videos. What are you doing? You shouldn't.
Well, didn't Paul separate from in the book of Acts? Not Barnabas or one of them. Yeah, he separated. You see what I'm saying? They wasn't getting along. I think Peter at one point in time too. You feel me? So that we're men. You know what I mean? Certain things are gonna come up, but something shouldn't offend you to the point where I don't want to do the work no more. You see what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Really, that's a stumbling block, and you lose at the end of the day. You let a gripe amongst men take you away from the mission of the Most High. So you really can't call yourself a soldier.
You use it as an excuse too. You're using it as an excuse.
As a man-made crutch, exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly. It's like
more meat on that?
No, that was it, because I read down to 39. That was it.
Yeah. This is Matthew 7, and I'll start at 16. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit.
So notice, and many times, remember when Yahushua, what was it, like took some dirt on the blind man and he spit in it, I think, and,
Right.
he said, "What do you see?" And I see trees. And then he wiped his hand, and then he saw men. So trees is always sometimes in the scriptures symbolic to men. You know what I mean? We are made of the earth, the dirt of the ground, as the scriptures say. So a good tree, right? An elect member, Israelite, you see what I'm saying, an elect spirit can't not do the work. It can't not give out, bad works.
Salaki, I just wanted to land back for you, brother. But we all come from another man's seed, and when you plant a seed in the ground, it takes forth what? It sprouts roots, and it becomes what? Either a tree or a plant. You see what I'm saying? Just to land back for that, brother.
Like, and that's why they have a family tree and shit like that. You know what I mean? And even Yahushua said, I am the branch, or I am the vine, and ye are the branches. You see what I'm saying? So on and so forth. But yeah, so it's see, this thing, you gotta really love this thing. It's a balance, because we love the Lord, but we also fear the Lord as well. Yep. You see what I'm saying? What's the whole duty of man? Fear the Lord and keep his commandments. And then Yahushua said, if you love me, keep my commandments. So the commandments at the end of the day is all up in there. You feel me? And he commanded, you see what I'm saying, his disciples, his pupils, so to speak, to do what it was that they were to be doing, which is pretty much prophesying.
Yes, sir.
Right?
That's right.
So yeah, man, and so now we, what's the prophecy? Because you mentioned earlier in Revelation, paraphrasing, that the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. So if, just like what you read in Paul, if you claiming to be spiritual or claiming to be a prophet, yet you are not prophesying, or do you have the testimony of Yahushua? Are you a witness of Yahushua? Can you say Yahushua has been really in your life? You see what I'm saying? As you walk in day to day? You know what I mean? If the scriptures say, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High. So we know the word, according to the Gospel of John, is Yahushua, but also in Thessalonians, by the spirit of his mouth, who's the mouthpiece of the Most High? The prophets. You see? So if you're not listening to prophesying videos of men, of your brothers, or you not prophesying yourself and hearing your own words as you get into the scriptures, what are you doing? Go ahead,
Salaki, I just wanted to land back for what you just said. You said, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of living power, right? So when you're prophesying, you see what I'm saying? You're doing something that is inevitably helping you escape damnation. So you're helping yourself live.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, you're gonna sustain yourself daily with bread, but this prophecy is gonna help you, you know what I mean, gain that eternal life. You see what I'm saying?
You're right. And not to mention, you're breaking a generational curse of us, of our forefathers not doing this. You see? Just to open up that door.
Not following the old ways.
Tell you how about Shimon Shai.
I got a precept too, man, because
Did you need me to grab sometimes?
Just like in the ancient days, the prophets were prophesying. They would be doing the same thing today. Because what? This is 1 Corinthians 14 and 32, right? It says, "And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets, man." So the prophets, the true prophets, are going to prophesy, man. So all you guys making excuses not to hit the highways and byways and not to do your videos throughout the week, man, are you truly a prophet? You got to ask yourself. You gotta ask yourself, man, are you truly a prophet? If you're not doing the works of a prophet,
well, if you look what'd you say? I was gonna just say, if you look at the next verse, you know what I'm saying, and bring that out, it goes right along with what you're saying, brother.
And just to land back off the brother's precept, that I brought out for him, like he said, a good tree would bear good fruit, right? And what are the fruits that a prophet would do? He would do his videos. He would hit the highways and byways. He would rehearse the righteous acts. You know,
he would be there for his brothers too, man. You see what I'm saying? You know, like he paraphrased earlier, man. Iron sharpened iron, man. So, and it's also said is have holy conversation. You can't converse with yourself. So who you having holy conversation with? With the brothers that's in this truth.
Right? You should be seeking counsel. You should, you know what I mean, be, if you know what I mean, talking things out if stuff comes up. That's all part of. The scriptures say, well, false balance is abomination. So we can't just be, you know, good in one spiritual area. We got to be good in all the, you know, spiritual fruits. Fruits of the spirit, Salakia.
Are you being brotherly? Are you sending up alms? Are you taking heed? Are you taking notes?
Because you might be doing everything, but you might be hurting the brother's feelings. You know what I mean? Just to, you know, just give account. You know, I had to, you know, check with the brothers, make sure I wasn't hurting any brother's feelings or stepping on any toes. You know what I mean? And that has to be done from time to time. You know what I mean?
In Proverbs 6, it says, you know, the 6 things I hate, 7 things I abhor. One of them is sowing discord among the brethren. You see what I'm saying? So if you not understand, you gotta, you know, it's discernment, man. There's times to be austere and rough, and then there's times that you see, just like Elder Apostle Aramlab, he said in Ecclesiastes, if you're gonna break a brother down, you gotta build him right back up, man. You see, it's a time to break down and a time to build up. So if you're gonna be like, hey, you get your shit together, and then you edify him, because that's what edify means, to build up. Yo, brother, I know you could do it. You was on your shit, you know, not too long ago, man. What's going on? Anything, you know, you need help? Man. And to the best of my, I'll pray for you, bro. You know?
And that's heavy, because you might have a conversation with the brother, and he gets something off his chest, and now he could be back in the spirit. Because he might not have had the will to, you know, bring that forth like he should have, like as men. You see what I'm saying? And now you brought him back in the spirit because he was able to talk to you, man. Or get that off his chest.
And me and the brother Debakia, you know, we shared a conversation earlier about, you know, a similar situation, you know. If discord is happening among the brothers, you know, you got to be humble enough to approach your brothers and squash it, you know. Just have that, lose the pride and have a, you know, a sense of accountability to bring it forth to your brothers so that it can be discussed and taken off each other's chest, you know.
Right. It shouldn't be personal. You know what I mean? Because if a brother's saying pick it up, if you were at the 24-hour fitness playing basketball, you're not going to get mad at the brother for saying pick it up.
No.
You see what I'm saying? But because pride creepeth in, you see what I'm saying? Now it's a big deal. But if we was on the Call of Duty lobby, and you like, damn, bro, you just getting you letting us get slayed right now.
Going
you see what I'm saying? It's okay for you to say that then, but not now. You see what I'm saying? So,
and you should never feel so prideful or better than your brother that you can't humble down and admit when you're wrong. Like, if I cause discord among the brother, you know, I should be more willing to hear the criticism, you know, and critiques than anybody else. You know, you can't avoid chastisement. You know, it's a part of this thing.
This is how you know the Bible is literally a life instruction book, because it gives us the blueprint. If a brother can't take him to it by himself and talk to him, and if he doesn't want to hear you, you get 2 or 3 witnesses, and if you don't want to hear the 2 or 3 witnesses, then you bring him to the elders of the church.
It's so simple. That's the order. That's so simple.
You see what I'm saying?
But Jake wants to make things complicated.
Yeah, he in that nigga woman spirit want to blast you immediately, jump all the way to the whole church, go on Facebook, on YouTube, and rather than try to hash it out in a small thing to make it a big matter, you see what I'm saying, wasn't necessary for all of that shit.
They want to do a video on you and discredit you, as opposed to having a conversation with a brother that he's supposed to have love for. That's insane.
Yeah, and what is it? John, he said, if any man hate his own brother, then he don't have the love of Hamashiach, basically. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, just to land that for you, brother. I forget what rapper said, but I think he's from New York. He say, what is basic instructions before leaving Earth? Yeah. I think it was Nas or something.
Killer Priest. He was in Elder Tahar's camp.
And even though, you know, he rapping, so it's kind of off, you know, it's pretty much off. That's a heavy saying.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was in the 90s.
Because you just went into, hey, man shall not live by what? Bread alone, but by every word out of the mouth of living power.
That's right. He even mentions Esau in that song in the second verse.
Bro, he and the whole Wu-Tang in 1996, I believe, went to the One West Passover, bro. The whole Wu-Tang knows about the truth. He was just the one to put it on wax with that song, and then he fell out and started doing some Egypt shit and this and that and the third. He know Tahar, he was under Tahar, bro. You see what I'm saying? Killer Priest was under him, bro. You know? Come on, bring it out, right?
This is
okay. So, yeah, you got one?
No, I got a few verses.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we'll go ahead.
This is Luke 14 and 26.
Ezekiel 3.
If any man come to me.
So if the most, remember, what did Yahushua say? No man can come to me unless the Father has sent him. So if the Father, So if you've been born again, the Spirit has been put on you to realize that, damn, Yahushua is who I need to follow. He's the way, the truth, the light, right? So if any man comes to me, and so the Father sent you to Yahushua, go ahead.
If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
So now I just counted, that was 7. So completion.
Balance.
You see what I'm saying? Father, mother, wife, children, brothers, sisters, and his own life. You see what I'm saying? So nothing can completely go over Yahushua. Yahushua has to be your all in all, man. You see what I'm saying? So why did I bring this out? Now, when you go into that word hate, it means to love less. Yeah, you can have love for these people. If they're not in the truth, you're just gonna have to say sayonara. I'll see you on the next side. Yeah. You know what I mean? But you act, harmless as a dove, wise as a serpent. You ain't like, I ain't fucking with you. I mean,
when you first come into
the truth is like that.
And I ain't fucking with you.
First, you gonna burn a couple bridges. You first come in, you gonna set a few bridges on fire. You might have to fuck Babylon. I don't need a bridge.
We nuking bridges for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
You know how scary it is for the average person here that there's nukes in the Bible? That's some scary ass shit. Go ahead. I was telling people that when I first woke up, like, there's nukes in the Bible. They're like, what are you talking about? It was like, this nigga's weird.
Yeah. Now, that's a fact, bro. So the point and we're going to get some more meat off this bone, all right? But the point right here is that Yahushua is saying, you can't be my disciple. Disciple and discipline is synonymous. You see what I'm saying? So when you a disciple, it means pupil, a student. What does a student do? They discipline themselves in whatever craft that they're doing.
Like martial arts.
Yeah, exactly. You see what I'm saying? So if you come in to follow the ways of Yahushua, which is the ways of the whole Holy Bible, all right, you can't be sitting here putting on a pedestal all these other things, okay, above Yahushua. They're going to have their plate. Like Elder Apostle Ricard be like, Yahushua is the burger. These other shit, that's the fries, man. That's the side shit. You know what I mean? If you eat it,
your job is a fry. You know what I mean? Your woman is a fry. The kids is a fry, and that's gotta be how it is.
Yeah, and unfortunately, because of children worship and things of that nature, a lot of people put their kids above. You feel me? Yeah,
especially Jake, because they don't want to seem like deadbeat dads and
shit like that. Yeah, but they don't want to seem like that to the woman. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that could be a dark saying, a hard pill to swallow for you can't be putting your child above this work, man.
That's me.
Now, that's not to say balancing it out. You're not supposed to take care. If any man don't take care of his household, he shall be considered infidel. You see what I'm saying? So so whether that be financially, emotionally, spiritually, but you got to remember, how would you I don't want to say co-parent, but that child is really not yours in a sense. You know what I mean? It's the
hers
Lord's.
and Esau's, and then
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
let's,
you know,
let's be real. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
got like maybe 15% out of a whole 100.
Yeah, so you gotta be like, and then you be like, oh, the baby's feelings. If this were to get to a certain age, and the spirit is working with them, they'll understand. Like my parents, you know what I mean? They got a life too. They got shit to handle. We in slavery. You feel me?
And if
so
you're a man
I
of the
can't be
Lord,
all baby. My daddy wasn't 100%, and my mother did it. Like, yo, shit happens, man. We under Esau's captivity. You're not gonna have the so-called, Disney parent relationship. You feel me? From you, but and you still honor your father and your mother, man. You know what I mean?
And just to land back for Taz, if your parent is a man of the Lord and a part of the elect, you see what I'm saying? He's doing you the biggest favor by putting, Yahweh Shai and this truth as the burger, man.
Right.
And you as the fry.
See, but only men were able to have that understanding because they're the ones with the vision. You see what I'm saying? That's moving with logic. That's not moving with feelings. Because his feelings is, damn, I do want to be, under my wife right now, getting some dome or some shit. I do want to play with my kids a little bit, but I have to sacrifice that little warmy, welcoming spirit that I want to be with them to go out and do this fucking work. You see what I'm saying?
And remember, you said Yahweh Shai's yoke is light, man. So the time you're taking out of your day to sit down and read for 30 minutes, if that 15, and then do a video, is it much? So like the brother was talking about, with his situation, I had to check myself too. You see what I'm saying? Recently, and really evaluate what I'm doing with myself. You see what I'm saying? Because going back to what the brother said, what do you want to make the burger, man? Because like the Most High said, hey, woe unto them that trust in Egypt. You don't want to be calling on wood and stone in the day of the Most High's wrath, man. You want to be calling on the Most High and have a relationship and works with him, man. You see what I'm saying? Because you gotta think, man. There's plenty of Jakes in this town, man. And you brought it out recently when we was having a conversation on the phone. Most High said he could make sons of Abraham out the rocks and to prophesy, man. So
yeah, so he don't really need you, man.
So how much more should you cherish that burger, man?
Yeah, right. Yep. Like it's your fucking last burger. You about to go in prison. This year.
Well, with all your favorite toppings, you see what I'm saying? You might got the grilled onions and shit.
This fucking
juicy.
This $5.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because you about to be eating fucking the last of the meat pies and them motherfuckers. And
for all you Jakes that don't got the vision, man, you getting sentimental. Like, my dad wasn't there for me. I need to be there for my kids, man. A wise man once said, "Fuck them kids, man." Because if you're willing to get sympathetic about that type of shit, you're willing to get sympathetic about what? Oh, my kids need to celebrate Christmas. They need them gifts. Oh, my kids need to celebrate Halloween. I gotta please my woman and do for my kids so that they don't go without, or whatever the fuck it is, man. None of that shit is more important than serving the Lord. The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai must come first, period.
Because that scripture is about priority. The Most High is logical, because one of the pleasing things to the Most High is being a father. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Being a dad to your kids, man. So we're not saying obviously cast them away, but get your fucking, back to the point of the lesson and what the brother Taz is bringing out. Get your affairs in order. Get your priorities in order, man. And I say that as a man who had to seriously check himself, and I had a conversation with my Akim. You know what I mean? And the water that we have, iron and sharpeth iron, man. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be on fire for this thing, because Ezra in his time, the angel told them how many parts had already passed. So how much more fucking now?
Exactly. Yeah. That's the time of salvation.
Like we're literally playing games with the Most High. Sometimes I had to really check myself, man. Like I'm playing games with the Lord, bro.
And real quick, we shouldn't even be doing it for brothers either. Oh, because you said it, bro. We doing this for the Lord, man. I ain't shit, man. Right. To be, the brother checked me, and so I'm gonna get. Why should a brother? It shouldn't even have to get to that point, bro.
You should have intrinsic motivation and not extrinsic motivation. The world around you shouldn't. You know a man's real when you can see. He been working out and he don't let the world around him. Affect what he's doing, and you can see it. You can see it. He's built hard. He's austere. Whereas you might see another brother who's struggling with that. You know, he might be out of shape and sloppy, but you see, you gotta, as the scripture says, follow. You gotta mark a good man, man, and follow after that example, man. And really, that good man, you know what I'm saying, is Yahweh Shai, because that brother that you're following, that all he's following is Yahweh Shai. So really, you need to get your relationship with Yahweh Shai in order, so that extrinsic motivation becomes intrinsic. You see what I'm saying? For you worldly, you know what I mean, weirdos that like the psychological bullshit about, you know what I mean, the circumlocution bullshit.
Bring it out.
All right, man. Con. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, beginning with verse 1 in the New Living Translation, just for edification. The voice said to me, Son of man, eat what I am giving you. Eat this scroll. And this scroll, that scroll is his truth from the Old Testament to the New Testament and the Apocrypha. But at the time, Ezekiel was only dealing with the Old Testament. Continuing on. Then go and give its message to the people of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he fed me the scroll. And that he is referring to the angels. Fill your stomach with this, he said. And when I ate it, it tasted as sweet as honey in my mouth. Because in the beginning stages of this truth, it's all sweet. It's all lovely. You realize you're an Israelite. You realize what Deuteronomy 7:6, that you're above all nations. You realize that you're going to have slaves. That's guaranteed. You realize that you're going to have concubines, etc. But what you don't realize is there's a bitter side to this truth too, that we all have to go through, especially if you call yourself a so-called prophet. Continuing on. Ezekiel 3 and verse 4. Then he said, Son of man, go to the people of Israel and give them my messages. I am not sending you to a foreign people whose language you cannot understand.
Yeah, so it lets you know too that we are angels, because Malak, for angel, also for king, you know, is messenger. So if you send in the Lord's message, you see what I'm saying, you a messenger, right? You're giving the message, and he's not sending you to people, you see what I'm saying, that, you know, here in America, all 12 tribes is here, and we all, for the most part, speak English. But remember the one you said, Covet To Prophesy, and not also to speak in tongues, which is in other languages. This is why we got brothers, you know, speaking in German, and Spanish, and French, and so on and so forth.
Continuing on. No, I am not sending you to people with strange and difficult speech. If I did, they would listen. But the people of Israel won't listen to you any more than they listen to me.
Hey, I just want to break that down
Please.
real quick. Hey, the prophets in the Bible had it way harder tasking than us, man. And that's what that's kind of going into, man. Hey, he had to go speak to, like, in Corinth or in the 7 churches, you see what I'm saying, and deal with different cultures and different races of people. You got to just come out in your town and deal with your Akia, man.
Yep.
It's like,
and real quick, that's why Elder Apostle Gabar, you know, says all the time, you know, the internet does the heavy work. So what the fuck, man? You see what I'm saying? And like, you know how many people, you know, you get the consistency going naturally, you know, more, and it's not about subscribers or how many people view and things of that nature, but just knowing, you know, just like they say you want to be a social media influencer, be a content creator. You got to create content every day. Okay, so we're spiritual content creators.
Facts.
You
That's
see what I'm saying?
right there. That's a lesson right there.
And then you're gonna go viral. You know, I was thinking about that.
Spiritual content creators.
I'm gonna do the spiritual content creators video.
Hey, you should do a life in the day of a prophet. You know, just keep the camera running 24/7. You know,
show
your spiritual content
it's a lot of ways, you know.
Hey man, you gotta go back in the phone booth and be Clark Kent. You can't be Superman all day. Sometimes we have to render on the season what season.
Ezekiel 3 and verse 7 again. But the people of Israel won't listen to you any more than they listen to me. For the whole lot of them are hard-hearted and stubborn. That's referring to you fucking 2/3. You hear this truth when you walk past the camp. There's a fucking major camp in every city in America. There's no excuse. And you keep seeing judgment happen to your fucking family, all right, to your wife, to your sisters, to your kids, and then eventually the Lord's gonna get your ass. This shit ain't no fucking game. You see, you walk around, you scoff, you wanna be a fucking part-time Israelite, full-time nigga. You don't think Yahweh Shem Shai sees that shit?
Now remember, it said hard-hearted, heart is live, which means your mind, and that's why in Ezekiel, probably chapter 36 or something like that, it says, I would take your stony heart and give you a fleshly heart. You see, because and that's basically going into the new covenant. You was hard-hearted, you don't listen. So I'm gonna give you something that can be penetrated. This flesh can be easily penetrated. You see what I'm saying? But it's talking about, in the spirit, so you don't go off when you get these new bodies. Unfortunately, for these 2/3 to be nutsack Israelites, because you're gonna have to, while we having pleasure in the beginning, then you'll be brought up as children. You feel me? And the Most High is gonna give you a slight remembrance, and you're gonna have your head down for a little while. And we'll be like, it's all right. You didn't understand. You wasn't of that spirit, but now look, you good now.
I got a little more milk on this. Ezekiel 3:8. But look, I have made you as obstinate and hard-hearted as they are. So Yahweh Shem Shai has given us the strength to come out here and prophesy in the highways and byways, to go up against any type of spirit that approaches us. Because we don't have the spirit of fear. We have the spirit of fear when it comes to Yahweh Shem Shai, but when it comes to the niggas in the world and a regular peon, what is there to be fucking afraid of? Continuing on, I have made your forehead as hard as the hardest rock. So don't be afraid of them or fear their angry looks, even though they are rebels. And I'll stop there. And what's rebellion? Rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft.
That's right, man. And suffer not a witch to live, man. So that means you won't die. You want to rebel, you see what I'm saying, which re means back. And bell, I forgot what I would have to do the etymology of it. You see what I'm saying? But basically, you trying to go back against, you feel me, going instead of going the right way. You know what I mean? Yeah, pretty much.
That's it on that.
You want to, continue that, and then we'll maybe get some things in spirit.
This is Luke 14:27. And whosoever doeth not bear his cross and come after me.
So when it says bear his cross, you are you're giving yourself exposure to death, because when you come into this truth, you're gonna be persecuted. You understand all these things, man. Just like Yahweh Shah had to understand, when he was young, going into them synagogues and learning from the Pharisees and things of that nature. He's like, yo, this is talking about me, man. You see what I'm saying? And the spirit was on him, and then he had to do the mission, and he knew what was to come to happen to the Messiah, knowing he was the Messiah. You see what I'm saying? So when you come, we know what
chariot
with the lots of prophets is going to be.
There's a chariot right there. I see it. Y'all see that?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Call out Yahweh Shem Shai.
Yahweh Shem Shai. Yeah, it's moving. That shit moving.
Practically Yahweh Shem Shai.
I think I'm not bugging.
It's moving. It's going like to which way?
Yeah, yo, that shit just. It's going up, down, and shit. You see that shit?
I had to call it out.
Hey, call on Yahweh Shem Shai. But
Shit with that light at first.
Go ahead, so start it again.
And whosoever doeth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple.
Right, so you got to put yourself exposed to death and then come after him. You can't be his disciple. Go ahead.
For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it?
Right. So why would you start something if you ain't going to finish?
If you got to give up the ghost, and that's not something you're comfortable with the possibility of this. You got to realize you might love the truth and everything about it, but this ain't for you, man.
Well, don't Jake say
and that's something you got to count the cost about.
But don't Jake say, yo, don't start nothing you can't finish. Like, you got to fight. Listen, you want to finish this shit.
You want to lose your job? You want to lose job after job? You want to lose your woman? You want to go do it with Esau?
Is. And that's part of that. That's part of the
cost,
man. But you still like, yo, it's going to be beneficial in the end. Man.
That's right. That's right.
Go ahead, Aki.
Least happily, after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him.
So essentially, what it's saying is what? You want to break that down?
Not good.
Okay.
Now,
Oh.
we'll break it down. So, yes. Oh, you want to read it again?
Yeah, I'll read it again.
It says, least happily, after he have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him.
Right,
So it's
What is
so
he doing?
yeah, so for instance, when you listen to Elder Apostle DeHart, all you niggas from the old camp and you took your hands off the plow.
Con.
Shalak Rayam to you niggas, y'all niggas is gonna die by the hands of Yahweh Shem Shah, and or even recently, niggas that's and then making videos of them. Look, the Mosai took the oil out of this or the wine out of this own wine bottle or whatever it may be. You getting mocked. You see what I'm saying? Because you started to lay the foundation, but you didn't finish it, man.
Con.
You just dropped it.
And then, like you're on YouTube, right? You bring in all these sheep, like what? All these subscribers, and you stop teaching.
And you just
So they're like,
disappear.
where the fuck did he go? Like some people are relying on certain men to get edification.
Yeah.
And
So you're,
Con, go ahead.
that's all.
and even more worldly, like that's like you at your 9-to-5 job, right? And you tell the boss, you know what, man, fuck this place. I don't need this shit, man. I'm gonna go build the same business and do it for myself, right? And then you get to starting and you're building the business up, and then it get hard, and you're like, damn, man, I can't. Now you're going back to your boss like, yo, you're like, you're like, yo, I ain't count the cost. Can I get my job back, man?
He'll be like,
I still got to turn.
he'll be like, your boss gonna be like, yeah, you can get hired. We gotta drop you down $5.
Yeah, you gotta drop. You gotta.
Hey,
We gotta issue
God.
that position. I'm sorry.
Hey, you gotta reapply, my man.
yeah.
Yeah, man. You,
In 24 months. Like,
No, you can't get your parking spot back either.
Yeah, your 401k was declined, so you got to start.
we gonna have to start over. Hey, yeah.
yes, master. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But they will come
And you
out
know
here
what?
and put in that work for the Lord.
And you know what? Jake will take that loss, man. You know, but it says, saying this man began to build and was not able to finish. Or what king going to make war against another king sitteth not down first and consulteth whether he be
Hold on, Salah. Hold on.
You just didn't talk to your general.
Yeah.
God, I got the last thing.
We're gonna read that back, but when the first thing that came to my mind, because I remember growing up in the Seventh-day Adventist church, and most Christian black churches did it, not just SDA, but we're gonna build a basketball court in a rec center or whatever here. We got to make it to 10 million. Yeah, the building fund, and it never come to pass. So you get older. So you tell your moms, I'm going to the bathroom just to meet all the young brothers. Y'all standing outside the shit, just talking shit or whatever, because you don't want to listen to the dumbass sermon. You feel me? And y'all looking at the graph or the little shit in front of it, like, yo, they never go. They've been talking. So you mocking the church for the 10-year that never planned building fund that never came to pass.
The little graph never moved.
Never moved.
They never
built it yet.
But they passed that playground.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's showing you the ancient. It's the same shit. Same shit. But read that one again.
No, I was just laughing because
Yeah.
I just imagined a king actually sending out a bunch of soldiers with no food, and then the enemy pressing them, and he like, yo, can we pause this, man? They got to get the food first.
Shit.
But anyway, I'll finish it up. It says, saying this man began to build and was not able to finish. 31. Or what king going to make war against another king sitteth not down first and consulteth whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000.
Yeah, strategize. You got to sit down and have counsel.
Yeah, first and foremost, like with the Most High, like King David, and then you want to hit the generals.
Right. Or else, while the other is yet great way off, he sendeth an embassage. I'm guessing something like an ambassador. It's like embassage.
Look it up.
Yeah, ambassage.
So like an ambassador?
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm seeing ambus.
An ambassage or ambassage and desire conditions of peace. So likewise, whosoever he be of, you that forsaketh not all that he hath, he cannot be my disciple. Salt is good, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be seasoned? It is neither fit for the land, nor yet for the dunghill. But men cast out, he that have ears to hear, let him hear.
Oh yeah, yeah,
think you wanna
yeah.
break it down.
Embassy. Yeah.
It's an ambassador sense, right?
Like an embassy.
Did you get to verse 34?
I can start it over.
That's what that was.
Yeah, I can bring it
that
back.
scripture he's reading is heavy. Just so you break it down real quick, so we can gather.
Yeah, I'll bring it back
Hitler,
around.
you know what I'm saying? In World War II, he was accused of not necessarily doing that when he was trying to. I think he was trying to invade one of the European countries, but he didn't take into account what the Nazi army was doing in Africa, and he had his best tank divisions in Africa. That's what helped Esau Edom over here win.
Come. This is Luke 14:32. Or else, while the other is yet a great way off, he sendeth an embassage and desireth conditions of peace. So likewise, whosoever he be of you that forsaketh not all that he hath, cannot be my disciple.
Forsaketh what?
Forsaketh all that he hath.
All that he hath, man. And another dog, hard saying to swallow. You feel me? You gotta be in the mindset. What's the movie? Fucking with Robert De Niro, and he was a like a robber type shit, like expert, and Heat, I think, and the cop was on his ass, and he started falling in love with this woman that he met at a deli, and he was taught by some older dude, and the dude said, he was like, yo, if the heat get too hot and in 15 seconds can't leave everything, you see what I'm saying, and run for your life, I'm paraphrasing here, and you ain't meant for
cut
this.
out for
you
this
ain't
shit.
cut out for this.
Yeah.
And he didn't even listen to his own words because the bitch was like, yo, actually told him the right thing. Let's dip. If they on you, you feel me? And he was like, nah, I gotta go kill this one nigga because I had a promise or whatever. The police ended up found his location because he got the big bag and didn't leave with the bitch.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when it came and shit, you have to see the shit. I forgot, but the point is that, you feel me? So like we not no criminals or nothing like that. But are you able to drop almost everything? When the heat comes. So when the enemy comes in like a flood. What did Yahushua tell his people in 78?
Leave your clothes, leave your bags, leave all that shit.
Yeah, you just gotta dip. Shit is gonna get to a fan. You have to have enough faith to go be a pilgrim
on
and
the
just
earth. Yeah.
dip. And the Most High gonna take care
Work
of
it out.
man.
Yeah.
And don't forget that
you're gonna deny Yahushua.
A number of Israelites at that time understood what he was talking about because of their discernment, but a good portion of them didn't really recognize that Yahushua was talking about 70 AD. Facts.
Got their ass fried.
You know what I'm saying? So right after his crucifixion, a lot of Israelites scattered throughout that region, but others stayed. They didn't think it was gonna happen. Just saying.
Stupid. Yeah, and that shows you the same shit and what's gonna happen now because we can use it in a modern day sense, man. Niggas didn't want to.
The Romans in the city.
Yeah.
Niggas being carnal.
Yeah. And got your ass slave, man.
Let me finish it up.
Yeah,
is that good?
Anything else on that?
Salt is good, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be seasoned?
Right, so that salt is the Israelites. We are the salt of the earth. You feel me? And really it's talking about the elect, you know what I mean? Because, if you was a prophet and now you turn your hands off the plow, that's like sowing no flavor, man. You feel me? Imagine you been cooking some eggs. I mean, I could eat eggs and no salt that way. When I was young, like
the boiled eggs
had to be salt and pepper and shit. But imagine you putting the shit on there and you like, yo, I don't taste no fucking
Yeah,
salt.
you took the
Shit
sweetness
tastes
out,
like
and-
water.
And I broke this down before, but salt in ancient world was used as a preservative. So you really lost your preservative. You see what I'm saying? You
need to keep the meat fresh.
Right, and you stopping this work and this truth, you know, walking away from Yahweh Shai, you lost your hope of salvation.
Con.
I got a precept.
Or preservation.
If you're are you finished with that, brother?
Con.
Okay.
Oh no, this one more verse.
Oh,
He read it. Yeah, he read it earlier.
It is neither fit for the land nor yet for the dunghill, but men cast it out. He that have an ear, have ears to hear, let him hear. That was it.
All right. I got Matthew chapter 5 and verse 13. Because what? Precept upon precept. Yahweh Shai is repeating himself, literally, throughout several of those New Testament books. Matthew, Luke, John, he's repeating the same thing.
Repetition.
Just like his father was in the Old Testament. Matthew 5 and verse 13. And these words are in red. These are the words of Yahweh Shai. You are the salt of the earth. But what good is salt if it has lost its flavor? Can you make it salty again? It will be thrown out and trampled underfoot as worthless. Verse 14. You are the light of the world, like a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden. And that light of the world is referring to the elect, not 2/3, honestly. Verse 15. No one lights a lamp and then puts it under a basket. Instead, a lamp is placed on a stand.
And that shows you that we should be doing this work. You come into the truth, you claiming to be a children of the light. You see what I'm saying? So if you're not coming to the highways and hedges, not making videos, not doing what a brother's supposed to be doing, you're hiding your light under a bushel. You feel me? Everybody learned that song in the Wacky Tacky church. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Like you feel me? And then it's crazy. And then you come into this truth, and then you really understand the truth of these songs that you was singing, proving to you that we jank. You know what I mean? Same thing with the saints go marching in, or how I want to be of that number. And we constantly say we want to be of the number, man.
Yes.
You know, go ahead.
Matthew 5 and 14 again. You are the light of the world, like a city on a hilltop. So like what? A lighthouse on a hill that cannot be hidden. No one lights a lamp and then puts it under a basket. Instead, a lamp is placed on a stand where it gives light to everyone in the house.
So that stand could be symbolic for the street corners or the internet, man. You see, you put your light on the internet and you put it in them streets, man.
Final verse, Matthew 5 and verse 16. In the same way, let your good deeds shine out for all to see, so that everyone will praise your heavenly Father.
You see what I'm saying? So how are we to know that you're doing good works if you're not letting it be seen? Facts. And like I'm gonna say it again, Elder Pascal said, let the internet do the heavy lifting, man. You could reach, hypothetically speaking, millions of people on the internet, bro. You see what I'm saying? And then even when we hit the highways and hedges, we recorded it on the internet too. You see what I'm saying? And people in fucking Cali, in Florida, and Texas could watch us right now.
Shit, overseas.
Overseas, you know?
Exactly. We watch the UK brothers, brothers in Jamaica. So what the brother said is 100% true.
Read that last verse again, bro.
Yes, sir.
We reach billions.
Yeah. You know?
Matthew chapter 5 and verse 16. In the same way, let your good deeds shine out for all to see.
So what are our good deeds? You know, what is a deed? You see what I'm saying? It's a work. You know what I mean? It's an action. And then the good deeds can only be done by those that are good, which is the Israelites, specifically the elect of Israel. You see what I'm saying? So your good deeds is basically doing what is commanded of you, of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
Or your reasonable service.
Your reasonable service.
So that everyone will praise your heavenly Father.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So we're doing this not for our praise. You know what I mean? We're not doing this, to be, oh, yo, that last video got 100 views on. You see what I'm saying? We don't give a fuck. At least you shouldn't give a fuck. I shouldn't give a fuck. You see what I'm saying? It's about praise of the Heavenly Father, man. So when people listen to it, and let's say you do a video about prophecy and you're bringing out some breaking news or something, niggas ain't gonna be like, yo, Tazaquanya, it should be like, yo, Kolo Yao Bashim Yao Shah, we almost did. I just was a vessel to bring it out. Or this next brother, or the next brother, or the next brother. Facts. You see what I'm saying? We're doing this so that, because his name is going to be exalted, man.
Yes, sir.
This is why in Romans 9, it says the same thing of why he brought up Egypt and he destroyed Egypt, the greatest empire back then, so that his name could be ringed. When we walked in the land of Canaan, remember all the nations was like, yo, we heard of your God that got you up. It's going to be the same shit, bro. When we come down, that's why, the men might buck up, but the women, they gonna be like, yo, we heard you got beat up in the
with them.
Yeah,
we with them, yeah.
That's why.
It's like when a brother look.
Yeah,
It's like when a brother goes to the club and he getting all the shine from the guard and a female shit. Like, yo, I'm with him, man.
Right.
I'm with him, man.
That's a fact, man.
Not to mention, like going back to the fringes thing. If we wore our fringes everywhere, you know how much attention that'll draw from just carnal people who don't know about the severity of this truth. Like other camps, they got shirts with fringes, little graphic tees and shit. And of course, Eve. Of course, Eve's gonna talk to you. That shit looks cool.
She's gravitating to that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
When I was first in the truth, I used to go to the mall with the fringes. And bitches would look.
What's that about?
Niggas would hit me with the assalamu alaikum. I'm like, son, I'm not. What the fuck? But you get people's know it's something spiritual behind it. You see what I'm saying? And that was back in like 2017 for me. You know what I mean? But so yeah, man. So prophesy. You feel me? Covet to prophesy. It's a compound word. Pro and facade. Pro before, facade to say. We are saying things before because the spirit of the Lord is on us. All right, to be able to understand this truth and to speak it out. You know what I'm saying? To the four corners of the earth, on the unicorn, on the highways and hedges, so on and so forth. Man. If anybody got any extra precepts, you see what I'm saying? We can close it out.
And to make that, taking your hand off the plow plain, salt without flavor plain, man. We like tires, and how about Shem Yahushua gives us that tread, So when we lose that tread or he takes away that tread, man, we essentially crashing out, man. You ever drove on bald tires? Fucking crash out, man. So, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This whole time. That rocking had me thinking about what Cain did to Abel in the garden. It's fucking wild, man. Imagine somebody taking the rock.
We stayed.
Well, and the reason why we're doing it in this Covet to Prophesy, because we seen the prophecies coming to pass. It's 2023. The hopeful year of all prophecies coming to pass, man. We in September, October, mind frame right there.
That fast.
That's good. We in September, October now. We were saying before, this is the same time, all right, that banks crashes usually happen in the fall. After the equinox, and you know how these niggas like to orchestrate shit with the stars and these evil ass Masonic niggas
on the left hand side.
On the left hand side, you see what I'm saying? So don't be surprised if you hear about bank fail. I did a video on that. Niggas is saying, yo, this housing bubble, the treasury, bond markets, and all type of shit is going haywire right now, man. All right, so they gonna crash this shit. They gonna bring out the CBDCs. And you can only use them CBDCs with the chip, man.
Yeah.
That's how, this is what, and this ain't no 5 years down the line, man.
And I walked, just to line back off this point real quick, at the Whole Foods market where I work, they got that pay with your palm feature. So come on, man, that MOTB is right here on the horizon. It's here. It's not even on the horizon. If you can't see it, it's because Yahweh Shemel Shai didn't give you eyes to see.
Gradualism.
I seen a
word of the day
going on at I think Whole Foods or Sprouts.
Is in New York.
On endtimeheadlines.org. If you look today, they was protesting that fucking that same scam to get in their store shit.
Speeding up.
We here,
Speeding
man.
up.
We here.
Because them digital IDs is coming, man. You got to remember, they orchestrating all these people, illegal immigrants, and giving them work permits, and they don't have no record, no credit history, no IDs, no nothing, no names.
They're running up a bag.
I found out the Colorado Department of Corrections is getting brothers from Puerto Rico and housing them in the jail to be prison guards.
Oh, that's wild.
Nobody's bringing this up too. There's a possibility they have to get C-hip.
Yeah, I was doing
just saying.
Based off what we talked about, I was doing a little research. I seen the video. They're bringing Ephraim over here to work and live in the prison.
Hey, well, we heard what Trump said back in what was it, like 2000? What was it, 19, 18? He said, you know, we're going to implement a C-HIP, if you will, on land. It will be on sea. It would be in the air. He says we're going to bring this thing forward, man.
Operation Warp Speed. Don't forget that.
Yeah. So Lord will, they bring that man back in the office, right?
The spiritual name that the Most High gave, that no flesh shall be saved if he don't show in the day. So the prophecies is in operation, is in warp speed, man. This shit got to come immediately.
And we need that God speed, which is above their warp speed.
That's
Above light speed.
We need that above that speed.
You got that pre?
Con, I just had a precept to land back with
Yes, sir.
Taz was saying this. You know, this is about like a scared straight verse, man. You see what I'm saying? Matthew 7:21. And it says, "Not every man that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven." You see what I'm saying? So going back to, you know, what this camp was about, what we were teaching about. You see what I'm saying? And even bringing out in Corinthians, hey, didn't Paul say it was a commandment? You see what I'm saying? To covet to prophesy, man. Reading on verse 22. "Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils."
Right. So look, they prophesied, but was you always prophesying? He was like, yeah, I did it, you know, back in the day.
Look, if you look here,
You know, if you scroll down a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
93 to 98, hey, that was me, Lord. I was right out there with him.
He said, "Don't forget my labor of love."
Get away before I never knew you, right? That's what it is.
Look, 2021, 8 months ago. Like, come on, bro.
This brother just brought it out. It's a
He
race.
said, "I mean, Lord,
It's a race, and then in the middle of it, at the 100, you at 50 meters, you just stop.
He said, "What they gonna say? They're gonna say."
You're running the 100 meters.
He said, "Well, Lord, I prophesied once or twice."
I ran the 50 meters. Lord, I ran the fastest 50 meters out of all these niggas, man.
Right. And I
He
think
said-
you didn't run the 100.
He said, "Didn't you say something about a labor of love?"
He came through when he got it.
And I was thinking about this as I was driving to camp from Denver, how oftentimes we like to think about what we did in the past a lot. You know, fuck that. Obviously, we have to repent, but it's not about the past. It's about what you're doing right now and so forth. And I had to get out of that spirit. I keep thinking, occasionally I'll think about some past shit. Oh, the glory days. That shit's over with. I'm here now for a reason.
And Jake always hits you with the what? He said, "What did you do for me lately?" Well, the Lord is asking the same thing, man.
Hey,
What have you done for me lately? Right?
Also, the horror said, like last year or a little bit before, longer than that, he said, "Hey, you're only as good as the most recent thing you've done in this truth, man." You know what I mean? And then I just thought about that when we was doing this lesson today, man. And if the last thing you done for this truth was Wednesday, man, like, you see what I'm saying? And you might get out on Sunday if you teach on Sunday, or you might not. Then going back to Matthew 7, hey, you risking Yahweh Shai to be like, yeah, you knew this truth and you was doing so-called the work, but nigga, I didn't know you, bro.
Yeah,
you wasn't really giving me what I knew you could give me. You know what I mean? You got to look at Yahweh Shai coming at you as like a football coach. He's like, nigga, why are you half-assing this drill? Because we rehearsing the righteous acts. Stop half-assing the drill, bro.
Right, facts.
Or just
Good
give it up.
example, man. Yeah, good example.
And sometimes you gotta, like, I had to check myself. Either, because that's how I play college football, bro. Either you gonna fucking go all out on the drill, or just go chill.
Or you gonna be AI. Practice. Fuck you, man. What you talking about? Practice, man.
Yeah, that's a 2/3 nigga. I'm an Israelite, nigga. I'm gonna
Fuck
practice.
you talking about? Practice, man.
That's why you ain't got no ring.
God. Yo, that's
Hey, I said talk about practice, but look how many rings Kobe got.
yo, niggas said they have disowned their grandma for coming at AI, bro.
Jordan,
Steph
That's
Curry.
a good. That's
Bill
a good
Russell.
example.
Con.
Very good example.
I might have to do a video with that title. Practice.
Right.
The fuck is you
Hey,
talking
put that
about?
clip on
Practice.
AI and then go into it.
Hey, yeah, his thumbnail practice.
Because practice just it means the same thing as rehearse.
Rehearse,
You're
con.
doing it over and over and over and over and over again. You see what I'm saying?
Con.
So then you wondering why you at camp and you bringing out a preacher that don't really line up, or you forgot a certain word, or your Hebrew not right. A man can tell in the spirit. He haven't been in his Bible, bro. He hasn't been watching no videos like that. You at a level, you done been in this thing for years, and you can't quote this or quote that or this and that and the third. You see what I'm saying? Are you really rehearsing? Are you really practicing?
Are you really in this truth?
You know? Come on, man.
More on that?
Because if you've been in this thing 3 months, like Elder Pastor Hall be like, I can have mercy on you.
Con.
Now it's been a year, so you should be out there teaching.
Con.
But if you've been longer than most brothers out here, 5, 7, 10
supposed
years,
to be seasoned,
12 years.
Con, that's wild.
You feel me? And
that's what.
You know what I mean? You need this and that in order to do a video. And let me. Oh, I got a lesson broke down here somewhere. Like it's the spirit. You feel me? It should. You know what I mean? Jump on you. Oh, I got enough precepts. You know what I mean?
And that reminds me, just to land back off of his point, sometimes when you're in this world, you often forget to watch lessons, all right? And that does happen, but you have to examine yourself. Don't worry about what the next man is doing. Worry about what you're doing.
And Con, hey, beautiful points, brother. And if, a lot of brothers, man, we they don't do the work, and their brothers that do the work. So for all them years, they've been getting by on their brother's work, you know what I mean? His studying, his diligence, and they just sliding by. I think they gonna get a ticket. Yahweh Shemi Awashai's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. He know you half-assing. He know you lukewarm. So you go ahead and keep getting look. You go ahead and keep piggyback riding your brother on the race. As soon as you cross the finish line, it's only gonna be him, man. He only gonna make it to the kingdom.
Eventually, the Most High gonna cast off the dead weight off that brother's back.
Con. Beautiful point.
It is, man, and that's the reality.
Shit, but I'm good.
Calm. This verse 23, the point, and it says, and then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
That's wild.
You work wickedness, man. You see them, and that's kind of crazy because it's a wicked thing to come into this thing and you have acid according to the scriptures.
It's your reasonable service and you half-assed it. So you're at the job and you're half-assing your reasonable service. And I say this personally. I'm not talking shit. I say this as a check to myself too. You know what I mean? Like, so this isn't just the shit talk. You know what I mean? But examine myself as the brother's been teaching this whole camp.
Con.
I got one more, if you don't mind, toss the money. Con. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, and verse 30. These words are in red. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. Now, throw this useless servant into outer darkness.
Damn.
Where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
You want to break that down?
Con, you're a useless servant if you think this shit is a game. You're a useless servant if you took the fucking bag. You're not teaching the full truth. You're a useless servant if you're not teaching the name. And you're also a useless servant if you're not telling the people what the MOTB is in these last days. Plus, you're a useless servant if you abandon the brotherhood for some petty worldly shit.
Con. And you will be, like it says, thrown in the utter darkness, which means Yahweh Shemi Awashai is going to take your fucking knowledge away. He's going to take your piece, your gift that he gave you, and give it into another brother who's doing the work, who's being diligent, who's doing the work to make his calling of election sure, right?
Yeah, that darkness is confusion.
Con.
So he's going to throw you in confusion, and then you're just going to be waiting for the missiles, the gnashing of teeth, man.
Con.
You know what I'm saying? So You know what I mean?
Teaching with
Yeah.
covenant.
So it's on some symbolic, man.
God.
You know what I mean? But we'll leave it at that, man. Lord willing, I was edifying to the elect because, you know, that's what it's all about. It's about edification. And Lord willing, that the Most High give us a spirit of endurance and we continue to do His work and to prophesy. You see what I'm saying? In the name of the Lord. And the names of the Lord is Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai. All right, so we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak with us.
Double honors into the Apostle Great Millstone. All right, shalom to the elect. All right, until next time, brothers. Shalom.
Shalom.
Baba Ball.
Baba Ball.
Baba Ball.
Shalom.
Shalom.